welcome back. This is episode 217 of Noobtoob, where this week we are covering all of the Noobtoob Army's choices for 2010.
Noobtoob Army represents, son! What up?
I am Yuzo and I.
And I'm Soba Kozire, and we are talking about everything that you guys thought was awesome. For the last 2 weeks, we've told you what we liked in every single category, and what we did was we put up the voting such that you guys could go and vote. You guys could write in all of your choices.
And it was a write-in this time. Before there was like all these picks and all that. Like we did, like they did, like the community team did an amazing job putting it together.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of votes. I mean, you guys really jumped in and spoke your mind.
Yeah,
which we appreciate.
The turnout was huge. Like seriously, like maybe 4 or 5 times what we usually get.
Yeah, so. And that happens every year. I mean, every event that we do for Noobtoob, it's like 1 year it'll be this size, next year it'll be 10 times larger.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we love about you guys is like your enthusiasm. So we do, before we get to the results, we want to poke fun a little bit.
Yeah, so we have some votes of shame. So since it was a write-in, people can write in anything.
Yeah.
So for some of the categories, we had some surprising answers.
Right. So these are the ones that people did weird stuff. So one was Surprise of the Year. It was Hard Rain.
Yeah. Oh, that game, man, that was very awesome sleeper hit.
That it kind of sounds like a porn a little bit. But yeah, so that was obviously supposed to be Heavy Rain.
Yes. Disappointment of the Year. All. So I'm a little annoyed.
I just love the thought of this incredibly bitter old man. It's just like, what didn't you like this year? Everything. It's just like I would have loved these games if my hemorrhoids didn't hurt so much. Yeah, disappointment of the year. All.
Yes.
I wonder what they put for the other things. It's like, what if you left everything else blank?
We should look in the spreadsheet.
It's like, fuck everything.
Yeah, no best game, nothing.
Full stop.
All. Game of the year. Oblivion. So the last Elder Scrolls game, Oblivion, came out in... Was it a launch title or like pretty close for 360?
Yeah, you missed this by several years.
Yes.
Like maybe you saw this in the bargain bin and you thought that it came out this year.
Yeah. Well, one's coming out next year.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
no.
Maybe it was a time traveler.
Oh,
maybe they came back and told us what was awesome next year.
Apparently we need to put this on our most anticipated list, I guess,
yes,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wasn't it even Skyrim?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Skyrim. It's like some bizarre... I don't understand. Elder Scrolls
Skyrim job.
Yeah, Skyrim job. I don't
Skyrim job. Rim job Skywalker. So the best new character, Banjo-Kazooie.
In Sonic All-Star Racing.
Sonic All-Star Racing.
Yeah, I don't think he's in there.
Not so much with the new character either. So,
yes.
It's also a very old character.
Yes. Another best new character, which I thought was pretty hilarious actually, was Zombie JFK in Black Ops.
So I don't get that. I don't play enough Black Ops.
Well, so my understanding, I don't play the zombies mode that much, but there's a zombies mode, so he must appear in there, or maybe somebody's making something up.
Yeah, could be.
Zombie Lincoln is actually a much better character than Zombie JFK.
Yeah, they both got shot in the head, though.
Yes.
And then...
Yes, they did.
Best independently developed game, Bungie.
Actually, that's not as shameful because now they are actually technically independent. They bought themselves back from Microsoft.
Oh, that's a good point.
So,
okay, all right, fair enough.
But timing-wise, I don't know. I think they were making Halo Reach at the time.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Okay, so let's go to the
list.
categories.
So we got a disappointment of the year.
Yeah. So what didn't make the list that actually matched some of ours?
So let's see. So what did they put? Oh, wait, no, that's on the list.
Yeah, so...
That's on the list. Okay, now all mine were on the list.
Oh, well, no, for your top one, right? It's just like your top one was something, my top one was something. Like Crackdown 2, they matched.
Crackdown 2, yeah.
Epic Mickey didn't make their top list.
Yeah,
sorry, no, sorry, didn't make our number one.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, so for number 5, what?
Sorry, so so right now, for like this point, you really have like one title? Typically?
Yeah.
So I was just saying, like, what didn't make the top one, which also,
Yeah, so they kind of agreed with us that Crackdown 2 and Epic Mickey suck.
Yeah. Fable 3 actually didn't make my disappointment list.
No, I actually kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was okay, but slightly disappointing.
Right.
Hugely disappointing. Number 2, though.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 13, that was yours as well.
That was yours. I'm kind of surprised that their number one disappointment is Call of Duty Black Ops. Yeah,
So here's the thing: is you went on the show and you said Call of Duty Black Ops. You're like, I didn't like it very much. I had these problems with it. You got a shitstorm from heaven.
Yeah,
like, it was just like everyone in the world's like, you fucking fanboy. This is the best game ever made. I can't believe it. Blah blah blah. And apparently, there's this underswell of people that really didn't like it.
I guess they may have agreed with me at first because like when I replayed it after the patch, it was all good.
Right.
but maybe people are still playing it now and they still find it disappointing. It's weird.
Yeah, I haven't heard this. I mean, like, all I heard was that people said that you needed to replay it. You went back and replayed it, and you're like, they fixed a lot of the stuff I didn't like. I mean, it's
okay.
It's
not my best game of the year, but
I mean, disappointment of the year. I mean, that's a bold statement. I mean, like, Crackdown 2 was like punching me in the ball sack.
Yeah,
like,
but
broke my heart.
Dude, a lot of people were really excited about Call of Duty, so maybe they're just like, I'm not playing it.
The best-selling game of all time, so apparently a lot of them are pretty happy with it. But
yeah, so this is an odd vote.
Shocking.
What's interesting is one vote away from Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah.
So
it was neck and neck.
Really close.
So they definitely agreed with you. My Crackdown 2 they said was number 5 most disappointing, which I still think was number 1.
Final Fantasy 13 number 1 for
yeah.
me. So most anticipated game of 2011. This is always a fun one.
Yeah. They
interesting.
Yeah, so a lot of these matchups. I mean, like
Dragon Age 2 though.
Dragon Age 2 wasn't even on our radar.
No, Gears of War 3 wasn't either.
Gears of War 3 wasn't on our radar. I mean, like we'll play those when they come out, but we're not like chomping at the bit for them. But then after that, it's Uncharted 3.
Yep.
Which
of course,
super pumped for. That was my number 1.
What's cool is the top 2. So the number 1 is tied between 2 different games.
So yes, tied with Portal 2 and Dead Space 2.
Perfect.
And you picked Dead Space 2, right?
No, I picked. What did I pick? I don't even remember at this point. Yes, I did pick Dead Space 2.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Oh no, you changed it to Diablo 3.
Oh yes,
that's what it was. That's what it was.
And the thing is, I think that since that information just came out,
yeah,
it
so
had a chance
count.
to make the list. So.
Yeah, but they definitely have the same thoughts as us with the Portal 2 and the Dead Space 2 and the Uncharted. Yeah.
So please make them good. Don't make them bad.
Yeah. I hope. I hope those are all awesome.
I really hope. Okay, so worst game.
Worst game of the year. So this has a lot of like Final Fantasy 14. We didn't even play it.
No.
I mean, like I watched a bunch of videos of people playing. I'm like, wow, this looks graphically poor.
Yeah, but everybody's saying that, like, I think, what was it, to craft something, it takes like 14 different steps. Or something crazy. Or no. Actually, no. To buy something from a vendor, it was like 14 different steps. To craft it was like 8, so everybody was crafting stuff.
Instead of buying it.
Yeah. And what was hilarious is Square Enix sent us a huge apology to everybody.
For the game?
Saying, like, sorry, we just fired the guy in charge.
Are you serious?
Yeah, look online. There's a huge, like, apology letter.
But is it like the next MMO will be better? They'll like stick with us and we're going to fix this one? That's
exactly it. So we're going to redesign some stuff. We're working on it. I don't even know if they gave him a free month or something like that. Yeah, dude. They fucked up with that one.
Sorry, our game sucks is a letter you don't see very often.
I know.
That is impressive.
I guess somebody must have thought, like, we've got to do something.
Yeah.
Right? Medal of Honor, actually, it was number 5 on their list.
Right.
I didn't play it. It looked kind of bad.
Yeah. Yet again, Call of Duty Black Ops is number 3.
Yeah, worst game, really?
Disappointment.
You guys didn't play some of the other games that we played.
Yeah, that's mystifying to me. There's other games that I mean, like, Lost Planet 2 isn't even on your list, guys.
Yeah, hello.
The game was anus.
Final Fantasy 13 was, which is so both Final Fantasy 13 and 14 made the top 5 for worst game, which is fascinating.
Wow, Final Fantasy, like one of the most beloved franchises of all time, showing up all over the place at people's worst lists.
Yeah, and you look at like Dragon Quest, like amazing.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, pew. Yeah. Scary guys. Square Enix, come on.
Which is funny because Dragon Quest used to be kind of like the little bitch, right? Like Final Fantasy would make all the money, and they're like, yeah, Dragon Quest's okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But like, and they're both the same company. So the Square side, like, they're fucking up. The Enix side is just like, what?
Yeah.
What?
And then number 1, correct. Quantum Theory. Worst game ever made.
Oh my god.
Seriously, I would rather go back and play Iron Man. I would rather go back and play Ninja Bread Man.
I still consider Ninja Bread Man probably the
At least we could beat it quicker. Like, if somebody said you have to sit down and beat one of those 2 games, you know you'd pick Ninja Bread Man.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, demo of Quantum Theory versus Ninja Bread Man. I'll play the demo of Quantum Theory. But
fuck Quantum Theory.
So bad.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's go to the good stuff, finally. Yes. We have Best Downloadable Game.
Best Downloadable Game! So,
didn't make the top 3.
Right. So I'm actually a little bit surprised that, so Dead Rising K0 didn't show up on your list, and you loved that shit.
I loved it, but was there a score?
Nah.
There was no score in that game. There was no. It was really good. Yeah. And I actually think Dead Rising Case West, I think it's coming out in December. I think. I have to double check on that. So there's like 2 Dead Rising things. I'm really, because they bring back the camera.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually, in Dead Rising.
So I'm excited about that. So that one didn't make the list, neither did Pac-Man. Bastards.
But are we talking about downloadable game?
That's right? Yeah.
Yeah, Pac-Man's the number 4, though.
Yeah, so I'm just saying because we only have 3 top 3.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay,
so like those 2 didn't make the top 3.
Yeah. So number 3. So they put Pac-Man CE. So I mean, it made their list, but not the top of it. Pac-Man for downloadable game.
For number.
Yeah,
4,
it made their list of top. It didn't make their top 3.
I see, gotcha.
It's number 4. So
yes.
Number 3 is Death Spank.
Yeah, Death Spank. So it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. We enjoyed it. It didn't make. It wasn't even actually in the running for my best. I liked it, but like we said before, the gameplay ramped up to the point where I didn't think it was that fun.
Yeah, it got hard for no good reason.
Right, exactly.
And to me, like the comedy was there, but it wasn't hilarious.
Yeah.
Right, it was like mildly amusing.
Yeah, it was haha.
Yeah,
but it was a good game. I definitely enjoyed it. So that was
it was kind of
3.
weird having both that and Thongs of Virtue, an entirely separate game, come out the same year.
Yeah.
Maybe it was better. Apparently not. I
Right.
guess the first one was better. But number 2, I heartily agree with. I think you guys are right, 100%. Super Meat Boy. Awesome game. Very hard.
I think you guys got confused about the list. I can't help but notice that Lara Croft is not on your list, which just seems to me to be a crime against
It does kind of go with all the other patterns of those games. Right? I don't think a lot of people bought Lara Croft.
That's true. They didn't. But I really dig that you guys for number 1 picked Limbo. So that was my number 3. So good for you guys for supporting the small guy.
Yeah,
that was a little tiny game.
I'm a little sad that you guys didn't put pinball anywhere on the list.
That's because you whooped the shit out of all of them. But like, I would have enjoyed pinball if Yuzo wasn't ball tapping my forehead every day. They're like, this game's kind of cool, and Yuzo just like rides in like on a horse. He's like, you suck at this game.
You will not get anywhere near my score. Come on, try.
Just like you just have your foot on their forehead. They're like, I'm gonna go play something else.
I'm gonna go play Limbo.
I'm gonna go play with Limbo's a 1-player game. Yuzo can't beat me up.
So I mean,
it crushed the other ones. I mean, it's twice the votes.
Totally.
So best
handheld. So the 2 games that didn't make the top 3.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by number 5, dude.
Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
We didn't like it, but a lot of you guys do, and so a lot of you guys are really into the Kingdom Hearts world, and you're a lot more forgiving than we are of things that aren't good about the games.
Yeah,
it's the way I feel about it. Obviously, you guys really like.
I think a lot of people also have PSPs and probably not DSs.
Yeah,
so if when you look at actually the list of PSP games, there ain't much.
It was slim.
Which includes also the number 4, God of War. Didn't make this top 3.
Which is funny because I still haven't even played it.
It's on my list, dude. I have it. Like it's sitting there, and I haven't put it in my PSP to play because I need something to play on the plane.
And we've gotten these comments on YouTube. People are like, "When are you guys going to review Ghost of Sparta?" It's like I can't even give you a good reason why I haven't. Like I feel like an asshole. I really need to go back and play it, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
Are you going to on your trip?
I probably should.
So basically, no.
I may. I might. I should.
But the thing is, I liked Chains of Olympus.
It
was all right.
It was all right, but I didn't stick with it. I played like 2 hours, and I was just
That's about how much I played too. Actually, it was okay.
It didn't hook me.
So the number 3 game,
Dragon Quest IX.
I agree.
Yes, we love Dragon Quest IX.
It was my number 1.
Yeah, my number 2. So number 2, you guys love the Pokemons.
Yeah, the Pokemons. People like the Mudkips and their not Chocobos.
I heard they like Mudkips.
I heard they do.
So
I can't even name like 5 freaking Pokemon.
No, I can't either.
Pikachu.
Yeah.
Come on, do it.
Felcher. Namba. Motorboat. Cleveland Steamer.
Yeah.
Bukakator.
Bukakator's attack is mighty effective. Super effective. Sorry. Sorry, Pokemon guys. Moe. That's right. But that is Pokemon Heart Gold and Silver. Apparently, there are a lot of children that still watch the show.
Dude, I seriously.
Shark.
I was gonna say I know 20-year-olds. I know 30-year-olds. They're just true. Like Pokemon. I can't figure it out, but you guys like it.
Seriously, awesome.
Awesome, good for you. And the number 1, correct. Professor Layton in the Unwound Future. You guys, number 1. My number 1.
My number 3.
Yes, you guys complete me.
That's right. You guys know what's up.
But yeah, we've talked about Professor Layton. It is awesome. I loved this Layton.
Yes.
And I will keep playing them as long as they keep making them.
Is there another Layton that is out in Japan but not here yet?
I was just going to ask you that. I don't think so. I think that we've actually caught up with them, which means...
I don't...
that can't be right.
I think there's one announced. Somebody will correct us. There's probably one coming out soon. I know there's the movie.
Yes.
The one thing actually I'm really more excited about than the next Layton is the Ni no Kuni. Level 5's. It's the one that's both Miyazaki
Yes!
animation. Everybody's saying it's crazy awesome in Japan. I think
they played it. And
I think there's demos or it's already out. One of the two.
So Miyazaki, if you guys don't know, does Ghibli Studios, who did all
Spirited Away,
all these other ones, the Howl's Magic Castle, all the Howl's Moving Castle,
Howl's Magic Castle. Shit.
This is our third episode.
I know, and we have a lot of wine.
Princess Mononoke, all those. So the point is, there's a
Ponzo.
combination between the he hates when people say this, but it's the Japanese Disney and the Level 5 guys.
Disney's the fucking American Miyazaki.
All
Totally.
right, fair enough. I'll give him that.
But he's dead.
Yeah, Miyazaki's going to freeze his head somewhere and stick it in a cave.
Actually, it's usually, I think it's hidden in the Haunted Mansion. That's what I heard.
Ah!
There's a cryogenic chamber at the very bottom of the Haunted Mansion.
Disney's head. And it's spinning around because it's heard about Epic Mickey. It's just, he's spinning in his cryogenic
what
grave.
What have you done?
Yeah. So next up is Best Wii Game.
Yeah, so...
There didn't make the list. They agree with you on Monster Hunter Tri.
I know, I mean, number 5. I kind of wish it would have got a little higher. I don't know why Epic Mickey's on there.
Yeah, what's wrong with you guys? Are you sure?
Like, what?
I actually got some hate mail. Like, we were getting, we've been getting some stuff like sent to our private account and even on the thing where they're just like, yeah, the camera's fucking terrible, but that game's awesome. It's like, but that affects the gameplay. It's not like, oh, I didn't like the soundtrack, so I could mute it. Like, the camera makes the game suck my butt.
I also hated the camera, but to me, it was all about the repetitiveness of the gameplay. It was just like there's nothing to do differently. Seriously, like thinner paint.
Yeah.
Did it really matter?
Don't understand why you guys
but not only that, like, everybody else has been giving it 9s and shit.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
The whole world is wrong! It's you and me against the world, man.
That's right.
We're going to be going down with the ship. I don't care.
Yes.
So next up is Kirby's Epic Yarn, which I agree with you guys. That was damn near on my list. It was like number 4 or 5. I really, really liked Kirby.
I do not agree.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was a cute game. It was very cute.
I'm with you guys.
Very cute game.
I got you.
Donkey Kong Country Returns is number 2.
We totally agree.
Yes, it was my number 3.
Yeah, and it was my number 3 as well, actually.
Yeah.
So we totally agree with you guys. Donkey Kong Country Returns. I'm glad that everybody likes this. I'm glad that it's like super hard, super retro, and our audience tends to be younger than us. Let's say.
Yes, I would say about 50% are under 18.
Yes, yes. Many of you could be our children.
Could be in.
If I started early, I'd have to start pretty early, but it's possible. If I was
in high
popping
school?
them out at 15, I could do it.
You think there's a couple accidents out there?
I was spraying sperm everywhere when I was 15. It wasn't in a girl, but let me just tell you, I was making the fire hose. Maybe it could have like crashed through my window and impregnated somebody down the street. I wouldn't even know.
Palm babies don't count.
No. I've killed so many billions of sperm.
Yes. Who's to say where life begins? I think that's a.
Oh God!
Yeah, that's a quote somewhere.
You're a bad person.
Bad person.
And then number 1, surprise to no one at all, Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Yes, it is. It is perfection in platforming.
It is.
Nobody can do it better.
It's unstoppable. And I know that they won't do another Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii because this is the first time they've ever done 2 on their same platform.
Actually, you're right.
But I mean, they've never ever. It's crazy. Wait, that's not true.
I read something about that. No, Nintendo 64 only had Mario 64.
Yeah.
SNES only had NES had a bunch of them, right? So
that's what I was thinking. NES, because Mario 1, 2, and 3
SNES had probably 2 of them.
Yeah,
right?
so that doesn't. I read that on a blog somewhere, and as soon as it came out of my mouth, I'm like, "That's fucking stupid. That doesn't make any sense."
Oh, wait, did the GameCube have anything besides Mario? Sunshine?
I don't think so.
I don't think it did. So maybe everything after
since the NES.
64,
Since the NES.
So this is the first time.
So anyway, Super Mario Galaxy was awesome.
It was amazing. Yeah. So again, like if you have a Wii and you have not played this game yet, go out and get it.
If you have a Wii, you own Mario Galaxy.
Yeah,
How could you possibly not? It's like the only people that don't is like they bought it and they played Wii Fit and then put it in the closet.
Yeah, and those make us very sad.
Yes. So current gen, this is the big
patootie.
One,
the big patootie.
And you guys got 10. We let you guys have 10. We only had 5.
Yeah.
But
number 6 is interesting.
Yeah. I'm shocked that you guys put Vanquish down at the very. You guys
number 10
is Vanquish.
I know. It made my 3.
Yeah.
For me.
It was my 2. My number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, Vanquish, come on, Vanquish.
You know what pisses me off even more?
What's that?
StarCraft 2 being number fucking 8.
Yeah.
Serious. I mean, it must be because a lot of people don't have PCs. Don't play games on PCs anymore. But seriously.
Yeah. So what surprised me? So God of War 3 is their number 9. The Noobtubers number 9.
It was okay.
But it didn't grab me. It was one of those things where it's like, I played it, and there was like all these epic moments, and I found myself like 4 hours in, I'm just like, well, I'm just kind of hammering on these buttons. Like, I feel like I get God of War, and even when there's another world-shaking epic monster battle, whatever, it just, for me, it doesn't tickle anything in my brain.
I think they've done, like, basically there's so many clones of God of War now that have done it or whatever. It's just at this point now, even God of War is a parody of itself.
Yeah, kind of.
Right? It's a caricature where it's just like, I'm going to take a thing and put it up my butt, right? It's just like, I get it. You're ripping wings off harpies. I get, like,
and it's cool. That's the thing, is I don't want to say it's bad. Like, they innovated, they added new things. The harpy stuff was cool with flying around, and,
But it's hard to get it. Like, if the moment they announce God of War 4, I'm just going to be like, eh.
Oh, I don't give a shit anymore. Like, I enjoyed God of War 3 for a little bit, but I mean, like we've been saying, now that I get the franchise, like, I don't even care if they make a God of War 4. I'm kind of
I kind of want them to see that team build something else.
Yeah, I'm ready for a new world. I'm ready for a new world, because you can't kill all the gods every time. It's not like he's been getting more powerful and it gets more interesting. It's like every time he's just like, I will defeat every god. Bad shit happens. I will defeat every god.
They take your powers.
Yeah, you take powers. I'm going to go and bring down everything in the whole world. And it's like, the fourth one will be the same thing.
No, if they made him like, Kratos retired in an old folks' home, like swinging his swords against the lunch lady.
And he has to bring up his young pup, right?
Yeah.
He's got his apprentice is like, pulls him out of retirement.
Something.
Whatever.
Yeah,
we didn't care that much about God of War 3.
Heavy Rain almost made the list.
Yeah, Heavy Rain was their number 6, and we loved Heavy Rain. It almost made both
really
of our
good.
lists.
Yeah,
and it didn't make either of our lists.
No, it did not.
Yeah.
Halo Reach made it up there. I know a lot of people loved Halo Reach.
Right.
You guys saw a review, so you know what we think about it.
Yeah, it was my game of the year this year.
Yeah, pretty much.
We called it. So...
What is it? Number 5.
Number 5? This is hilarious. You guys kill me. You guys absolutely kill me. So, number 5 is Call of Duty Black Ops.
And it was also the worst game of the year, not number 3.
Yeah, it was their where was it? Yeah, it was their number 3 worst game of the year, number 1 disappointment of the year, number 5 best game of the year.
So my guess is a bunch of people that voted for Call of Duty Black Ops didn't vote for worst game, like didn't pick a different game.
Or they were all over the place. Yeah, like they weren't unified in their hate for Blops.
Like the anti-Blops crew.
Blops is an acquired taste apparently. You love it or hate it. It's like Blops is like coffee or anal sex.
Yes. And if you hate anal sex, you really hate anal sex.
Surprise butt sex.
I guess.
You love it or hate it.
It's one of those things.
You never know.
No.
So number 4, Fallout New Vegas.
Yes, I agree with you. You guys are all right. Fallout New Vegas is epic.
Yeah.
It's an epic story. Epic game. Pack rat fun for all fans.
Yeah, apparently you've got a lot of pack rat buddies out there in the world.
You read some of the comments, right? People saying, that's exactly how I play the game.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I thought that was really funny that people were just like, I totally identify with everything you're saying. Or it's like, I'd be making fun of them, like, oh, I need this broken TV. They're like, yeah, I'm just like that.
Pretty much.
I understand that.
Yes. So it is an amazing game, and I will finish it. I got to make a goal to finish it before the end of the year.
Yeah, you should.
I know. It's like
you should. You're not taking off on vacation for another couple of days, so.
So I have this weekend and I have Thursday. So hopefully,
it's gonna be tight.
It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna try.
Yeah. So next up, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I am glad you guys have it as your number 3. I think that it should be your number 1.
It was my number 9.
I am disappointed with you. I shake my head.
But they picked it. It
number
was really
3.
good.
That's awesome.
Number 3.
You guys were. Yeah, that's awesome.
I am confused about number 2.
Well,
kind of.
So so number 2 is Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
So I hearken back to our review of Red Dead Redemption. Here's the thing: is I didn't complain about anything.
It was good.
What I said was, I don't care about westerns. You know what I mean? Like I think that was the biggest drawback for me because if you look, I mean, like a lot of the mechanics I thought were really, really interesting.
See, for me, I thought the mechanics it was basically GTA.
Yep.
A little bit more interesting, but set in a western with a much better story. Like I actually got engaged with the story a lot more than I did with Nico Bellic. Right? Like I liked the guy. But it's still, you go here, you do something, go here to something. It didn't have that draw that Yakuza did for me.
Right.
Maybe because it was a Western and I didn't care as much. But seriously, it was just like, go here, do a mission, go to here, do a mission, go here, do a mission.
Well, but I mean, so if I were to sit there and compare, for example, Red Dead Redemption and Bully, like, I feel like the mechanics are exactly the same, where it's just, like, there's towns and travel, whatever.
Yeah.
But I loved Bully. I really enjoyed it.
I think it made our top 3 or something.
I mean, I know it made one of our top 3 for sure. And I feel like the mechanics are very similar.
Yes, you're right.
So it just, I feel like it's the setting. It's the setting. So I can't say the game was bad, I say that I don't care about the Wild West.
Yeah, so basically, like, if Rockstar were to actually what they're going to do with L.A. Noire, like, I love that world.
Yes.
Like, I read all of the. Did you read the quadrilogy, the Black Dahlia, L.A. Confidential?
No.
Dude, if you have not read that,
The books,
they are so good.
Okay,
it's basically like raw pulp crime thriller.
Yeah,
and that's what they're setting this thing in. And apparently, like, it's not even like action, right? It's like you go to like crime scenes, do investigation.
Yeah.
You interrogate people, you talk.
Yeah.
Like that. It very well has a possibility of making my top game of the year. From what I've seen so far.
It's like another step up from Heavy Rain sort of thing, where it's just like, you're really hopping in, and their big thing in LA Noire is you are interrogating people for real, and you're supposed to be able to tell if their eye twitches that they're lying. I mean, like, you are sitting across from another human being, and their emotions are so good that you feel like you're in a movie.
It's a gameplay element.
Yeah.
Like, detecting bulges of veins is a gameplay element.
Yeah,
which
and
is
awesome. You can see if they look away when you ask them a question, that sort of thing. So, I mean, Rockstar is awesome.
Yeah.
The mechanics in Red Dead Redemption were awesome. It was a very well-made game.
It was polished. It was craftsmanship was amazing. Story was great.
Yeah, I just didn't care about the world very much.
Yeah, but you guys did. And what's really interesting to me is, like, Red Dead Redemption is one of those games where I know gamers who don't play a lot of games loved it. Like, like we have some coworkers who's just like they played the entire game all the way through. They got a whole 1,000 points. They killed all the bears. All the different challenges. And I was like talking to him, and I'm just like, but hey, have you tried Vanquish? Have you tried Assassin's Creed? Have you tried this? And it was like,
I've never heard of that.
I love this game. So, like, I asked him what's the best game of the year. Like, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
It's it. And it got so much marketing. It was seriously
it was
billions of copies.
Every day on TV, I would see the ads every single day.
Every bus stop in San Francisco was plastered with it at the time. So I can understand. It's a popular game. It's definitely one of those.
I did have, I did have, like, I was thinking back that I said that. I did have complaints where it's like, there was a lot of horse riding. They made it way too difficult to teleport, where you'd actually have to make a campfire and go in and select stuff. Like, that was kind of annoying. It didn't flow as much, but it was a great game. It was a really well-made game.
Yeah, but it's funny, it didn't make my top 10. I mean, I can seriously name 10 other games that were better than it.
For us. And then number 1, Mass Effect 2.
Wow, where did this go from our list?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised because I enjoyed it. I really liked Mass Effect 2.
I think I think part of it is because it came out so early.
Yeah.
Because I remember loving the game, but then it also came out when a bunch of other, like, I think Bayonetta was out around that time, where I had to put it down, and I never went back to it.
And when I saw this list, I was looking at that, and I was trying to think if I had any complaints, and I was like, this is another casualty. This was a casualty of gaming. Where
absolutely.
I need to do like I did with Yakuza and just be like, and the thing is, it's been so long since I played Mass Effect.
Yeah.
I should start over. I mean,
you have to start over.
I gotta start over and just be like, all right, let me throw myself into this world, give myself the time to enjoy it, and really dive in, because we didn't complain about Mass Effect 2.
Everything I loved about it. Like, you go back and watch the review, right? Like, all the characterizations were funny.
Yep.
They fixed a lot of the issues with the combat.
Yes.
And I was just so drawn in. And all of a sudden, I had to play like 5 other games, and I feel seriously. I feel like I need to go back and play this game now.
Yeah, they still haven't quite figured out fun mini games. Like they always want to throw those in. They always want to have some sort of weird mini game action there. But I mean, like the combat and the especially the characters with the discussion trees and stuff.
The dialogue was really good. So I mean, BioWare really knows how to do all that kind of stuff well. The fact that it hits number 1 compared to some of these other games, like wow, like
you guys, it's always funny to see how you guys compare to our list. I do have to say that I'm a little bit grumpy with you guys for not having Kane Lynch 2 on here.
Or Singularity.
Singularity. I mean, come on, you guys give me some love.
Yeah, I'm really sad that StarCraft 2 didn't make it a little higher on that list.
Yeah.
Just because, and the thing is, like, you got to think about it too. It's 400 plus, like almost 400 people.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like kind of like mashed out, right? Like some of anything that's a niche. Like thing is just not going to realize.
And we're apparently not a popular podcast in Korea.
Apparently not.
Otherwise, they would have just come and stomped the list with their votes.
Zerg rushed the whole thing.
But so yet again, this is one of the most fun things about us doing this show is we love that the Noobtoob Army is not just watching the show and not just commenting on the show, but passionate about games all the way through the year. I mean, you guys have been playing all these games. Like, some of them overlap with ours, some of them don't, and we all get along anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like we are one culture. We are gamers.
Yeah, everybody loves games and plays a lot of it. That's all you got to really pretty much do to be in the army, right?
In the army.
And, like, the thing is, right now, after you guys are done, like, if you look at the community forums right now for our Best of the Year forum, that thing is hopping.
Yeah.
So if you actually want to, like, fight for your opinion or whatever, or talk about all the games, go there right now. It's going to leave it open probably for another month.
Yeah.
So
go
check
talk with
it out.
YouTubers about this stuff. I mean, this is We the two things we do is play games and then talk about those games.
Pretty
right?
much
like,
all
that's
we
what
do.
gamers are all about, and it's sharing that love with other people.
Yeah, and it's my favorite time of the year. I mean, seriously, like when else? Because like there's times when we have a couple of good games, and I love doing those episodes. But every game we talk about, we just love.
It is a pleasure.
I mean?
It is a pleasure at the end of the year to talk about how awesome this year was. I mean, every year is fun for gaming, and 2011 should be no different.
I know, and so hopefully after this episode, if we get scheduled right, we'll have the most anticipated of 2011, right?
Yes, so that'll be, we're going to come back. As of right now, Yuzo and I are on vacation. I forget where you're going, Ben.
Yeah, I'm in Massachusetts.
You're in Massachusetts. I'm in Washington, D.C. We're going to come back, and right when we get back, we're going to meet up, and we're going to tell you guys our most anticipated list.
That's right. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
We're out!
Yeah.